and it will search through this store, which is linked to its knowledge base, and give us some recommendations. There we go. AI has become the go-to solution for customer support, especially in the e-commerce space, with large companies like Klarna employing the use of chatbots to handle 2.3 million customer inquiries. That's around 2/3 of them. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a versatile e-commerce chatbot that can single-handedly cut down on unhandled support tickets, leaving you more free time to grow your store. So let's not waste any time here in the intro and get straight into the demo. Alright, so here we are on our demo Shopify store. As you can see, I've already loaded it with products from various different brands, lots of shoes, some t-shirts as well. So as you can see here, we've got two preemptive messages. I'm going to click on the chat widget and let's go to recommend products. Now it's going to ask us what we're looking for. I'm going to say, I'm going to give it a problem so that we can get products that will solve our problem. So something to hold my books. And it will search through this store, which is linked to its knowledge base, and give us some recommendations. There we go. And it even gives us a few paragraphs as well on these. So we've got backpacks, and then if you click on view product, it will take you to that page. All right, next up, we want to recommend something else. Let's go for shoes, for example. So some leather shoes, and let's see how it handles that query. So we'll give it a moment to think. There we go. All right, so we've got some cool looking leather shoes here. As always, you can also click to view the product right there. And it gives us a few paragraphs on each. Now, one more feature I wanted to talk about was human handoff, and this is especially useful for when the customer really wants to speak to a human in those certain edge cases, or when you want a human to, do a quick double check on any warranty claims. So say I said I want a human here, that it should initiate the handoff process. So there we go. Now it's going to basically alert me via email or if someone's active on the dashboard, which I'll show you right now. So if someone's active on the dashboard, they'll get a notification. So here we go. I can click on that and then I can handle the chat just like that and say, hey, what's up? And we should just see it right there. All right, now let's get into the tutorial. Now, if you're an e-commerce store owner, my best guess is that you've come here because you're drowned in customer support tickets almost every day, or by the cost of them. And if that's you, you can always hire an AI automation agency to make and deploy these chatbots for you. So if you want to work with us at AI Boosted, the link to book a discovery call with us is down in the description below. In that, we'll find out if we're the right fit for each other and how we can best provide you with custom tailored AI automations for your store. Now let's get back to the tutorial. So there's going to be two sections to this video. The first one's going to be the Voiceflow build, and then the second one's going to be the make.com scenarios that I use as well to sync the knowledge base and perform all the actions like getting the order info and whatnot. And for human handoff, I've put that in a separate video just because this can be used across multiple chatbots as well. So if you want to see how I've done that, then you can just take a look at that video. So starting off with Voiceflow, here we've got the intro message. So I said, hey, thanks for visiting brand name. And the brand name is basically a variable which just stores, you guessed it, the brand name. And it makes this chatbot quite modular, and we can basically put together a prototype really quickly. So then we basically ask them, how can I assist you, or how else can I assist you if they've just come from a different branch in the flows. So here we've got some choices, and the main four buttons are recommend products, order help, product questions, or questions about the brand themselves. And then for the things that aren't buttons, so we've got, for example, they're happy about a product. So this is basically positive review capture. or if they want a human, which you just saw last time. And here, if they say something different, then we'll just answer with the knowledge base. And then if they just said hello or hey or hi, then we'll just say, hi back, or, go back to this place here instead of going to how else can I assist you? All right, so let's start with product questions. So if we go over here, so first we check if it was a direct question that was asked or if they just clicked on the button. And if they have asked a question, then we'll basically just jump over to answering it. If not, we'll ask them, what their question is. And this is going to be the same for the brand questions as well. And then after we've answered their questions, we'll ask them if they have any others. And if we really don't know the answer to the question, then we'll basically tell them, sorry, I didn't know how to answer that, and give them the contact info of the brand. And you can always change that to human handoff too. And next up, I think this is probably the flagship feature of our chatbots here, product recommendations. So we ask what kind of product they want, and then we capture that to their last utterance. We create a query here. So the user was asked what kind of product they want. And then we search the knowledge base for those products as well. So this is where the, I guess, problem solving bit comes in here. So for example, say I wanted something to carry my books, it will then turn that query into backpacks. Or say I wanted leather shoes, then I'll just turn it to leather shoes like normal. All right, so this is where the magic happens. So we're going to search the knowledge base for products. Then we're going to output basically the products that we found into found products context, which will allow the AI to basically generate these paragraphs on them. And then we will show a carousel of these products with the carousel data that we have outputted right here. Then we ask them, what else would you like to do? If they say something else, then we'll answer with a knowledge base. If not, we'll route them to the correct places, recommend something else, just takes them all the way back there. And if we didn't find any products, we'll say, sorry, I couldn't find anything matching your query. Would you like to try something else? And yeah, so let's go into search knowledge base for products, because that's where all the magic happens. So we've got a threshold here. Threshold here. So when the products come in from the knowledge base, they're scored on how similar they are to the query. And anything below 0.4, for example, will not be included in the results. So say I search for a backpack and it gave me a cap, that will probably have a score below 0.4. So then that will get axed off, basically giving the user more stuff that is relevant to their query. The currency symbol, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but basically to show the prices, we'll add that currency symbol on there. Voiceflow key, pretty sure you know what that does. And Shopify URL. So sorry, Voiceflow key is for the knowledge base query. The Shopify URL is the URLs, the base URL to your store, so that we can have those clickable links like you saw. The products query comes from here. And then we output two variables. So found products context, which we put into here, and the carousel data. So it's like the products carousel that we've created, and that will be shown in here. So I think we'll take a little deep dive into the code. So as you can see, we get all these variables and we basically declare them. Then we fetch the 5 most relevant products to the query. We've turned a synthesis to false. You could turn this to on and then, shift a few things within the code, but I like to turn it to false so that we can basically generate the AI response later. All right, so qualified chunks. Basically, we want to make sure that the chunk score is above the threshold, which is this parameter right here. Then if there's no qualified chunks, we will, say that there's no results. The chunks are from the knowledge base, basically. and the knowledge base is comprised of loads of products and also FAQs. So we also want to make sure that all the chunks are products. So we'll say chunk.source.name includes product dash, and that's how we know it's a product. Found products context. Oh yeah, so we create the found products context, which is basically a summary of all the products and their properties, and that will be passed on to the AI to synthesize its response. Next, we have get lowest price. So say the product has multiple prices. For a product that has like, two prices, $99 and $120, for example, for like Excel or whatnot, you would say from $99 just to improve conversion rates. Then we build our carousel to be shown later, and then we output it all here. Moving on to order help. So right here, we just ask, sure, what would you like me to help you with? And we give them 4 options to track, cancel, return, or if their product came damaged. So in all 3 of these flows, we're just basically getting the order number. In this one, we're just basically stringifying the info and then passing it on to the AI to answer any questions about it and give a summary. So we'll ask if they have any other questions about the order. If yes, then they'll ask, what would you like to know, and use AI to answer those questions. In cancellation, so we'll get the order number, get the actual order itself, and then we'll use some JavaScript to make sure, is it fulfilled, is it not fulfilled? If it has already been fulfilled, then we'll tell them to go through the returns process. And if it hasn't, then we'll, ask them, are you sure? And then it will cancel the order for them through the Shopify API. And then it'll, alert them whether they've managed to do so or not. And then the third one is to return a product. So here we just retrieve the order number as usual, get the order, make sure that the order is eligible. So if the order has been received like less than 30 days ago, yes, they're eligible. If not, no. And if it hasn't arrived, we'll just tell them, it hasn't arrived yet. Please wait until it has. And if it has arrived and they are eligible, they'll say, all right, I'm transferring you over to our human support team, and then it will transfer them over to a human agent like you saw before. And if they aren't eligible, it'll tell them that, you purchased this product more than 30 days ago, so you aren't eligible. Then finally, product came damaged. So it will capture the product fault, get the order number. It will ask you to wait a while it gets the order, retrieves it, checks if it's arrived. And if it hasn't arrived yet, then ask them if they want to try a different number. If not, we'll basically give them a rundown on if they're eligible for a refund. And if not, it'll just tell them, I couldn't determine that. Once we've just, give them a rundown, we'll transfer them to the human team just to give a quick double check. And lastly, we have positive review capture. So here, if they're happy about their product, we'll, acknowledge that. Then we'll ask them if they want to leave a review. Once they've left us, some info on the experience with their products, we'll write a review with AI. And if they don't want to post it, we'll say, I'm sorry, I'll try better next time. And if they do, then we'll just ask them for their full name and then post the review. Now, this is pretty open. You'll probably want to implement this yourself. Many different stores have different like review systems because it isn't really, it doesn't really come with Shopify. So you'll have to ask your client, what review system or app they use, and then basically create a make automation like that and use the API step to post that review. Now, as you can see, our knowledge base is populated with a lot of products here, and also some FAQs and policies as well. So in order to sync these products up, what we've done is we've created a separate entry for each product so that once a product's updated or deleted, we don't have to search through like, a whole big table, all we do is we just search through these names and then delete the product with the corresponding ID. So if we go into make.com and let's go into sync knowledge base with Shopify products, this is the first scenario. So all we're doing is we're watching for new products, aggregating them into an array, and then iterating on each. Then we just basically get the product itself and set that to a variable. Once that's done, we'll make a post request to the Voiceflow knowledge base with your Voiceflow API key there, and we'll just upload that just like that. The first time you make this as well, you want to make sure that it's all synced up. So you just right click on this module here, you click on choose where to start, or click on OK and then click run once. I'm not going to do it because I've already synced it all up. Now for product updates, this is pretty simple. Again, we're going to basically watch for new product updates. We're going to set our Voiceflow key right there. Oh yeah, and the on product updated event, all you need to do is you just create a new Shopify webhook like so. This is the Shopify Watch events module. So we'll name this, product updates, for example. Use your connection and the event should just be products/update, just like that. And you click on that. Same for the deletions one that I'm going to show you. So then we set our Voiceflow API key to be used in the other modules. And if the product is active, all we do is we just overwrite it. And if it's not, we're going to go through all the products and see the one that matches. And we're going to delete that product. And the same goes for product deletions. So right here, all we're doing is when a product is deleted, so it should be products/deleted, just how you were setting up that update webhook. You want to then set the Voiceflow API key there, and then you just go through all the products, find the product that has been deleted, and then you delete that in the knowledge base as well. Next up, we've got get Shopify orders. So in the Voiceflow assistant, there should be a component that we were using here to get orders. Now these webhook URLs will be invalidated. I will turn these webhooks off, so don't try anything. And here we go. So if the webhook fails, then we'll just say that there was an error. And if the order doesn't exist, it will also go to the fail condition, and we'll prompt them to type a new order number as well if they've typed in the wrong one. Okay, so in the actual make webhook for getting the Shopify orders, as you can see, it's just a simple 3-step process. There's no Airtable needed, because if you read the Shopify docs, you can actually just specify the order ID in there, and then that will just get you your order in a list. So we'll just pick the first one there. And if there's no orders in that list, we'll send a 404. But if there is an order, then we'll send a 200, which means okay. All right, then we've got canceling order, which is basically the same thing. So we just cancel an order with Shopify, and we put the order ID in there. And the way we get the order ID is from when we get the actual order right here. We get the whole order info and we send that to the order info variable. We get the contact email as well of the user, so we don't have to ask them for that. And we get the status URL so that we can show them the page, and most importantly, the order ID so we can cancel it if need be. Next one is, the last one actually is send handoff email. So if we go into our transfer to human automation, what we're basically doing here is we're waiting 60 seconds. If there's no team member available on the dashboard, this is the dashboard right here. They'll see it in their notifications or down here. And then we'll basically get their email. We'll send that email to a webhook, which will send an email to the support team, which is defined in this parameter here, support email. And that webhook will then use Gmail to send the support team an urgent email saying like, this user asked for a human agent, please contact them via this email. Once that's done, it'll tell them that they've notified the support team, and if it's failed, then we'll just tell them to contact them at their support email. Now, for all these variables, all you have to do is you just go into the variables section here, and you set the default values down here accordingly. So brand name, brand name, main product name. So basically the singular product name and the plural product name as well. The order webhook URL, you don't need to set that. I should have just deleted it. So you don't need to set that there. The Shopify URL, this should be the base URL of your store without the ending slash. So for mine, it's cosmocardemo.myshopify.com. And the support emails, a fake support email. And that's all the variables that you need to set. Once you've done all that, and you just need to hook up the webhooks, namely these three: cancel order, get Shopify orders, and send handoff email. They're mostly in these components here. So for example, get order, you want to replace the webhook URL here with the webhook URL to get the order. Then you want to go into transfer to human and replace this webhook URL with that of send handoff email. And lastly, if you want to go into order help and you want to allow users to cancel their order first, you would basically just change the webhook URL over here to the webhook URL in here. Just so you know, you just go into the webhook and you just copy the address to clipboard and then paste it in there. And that should be your chatbot. All you have to do is just hit publish and then follow my next video, which will be on human handoff. And if you already know how to do it, that's great. All you have to do is just implement this chatbot with Voiceflow, then embed it in their website, and you should be good to go. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video or you found anything valuable, please do leave a like. And if you want to see even more content from me, please do subscribe to stay tuned. And if you want to work with us, the link is in the description below. I also do AI consultations as well. So if you want to learn more about AI and how you can use it in your business, then the link for that is also in the description below. That's all from me, and I'll see you in the next video.